In this video, I'm gonna show you all 2 easy ways to light your reception ballrooms for detail shots. My name is Pi, and I'm one of the founders of Lynn and Jersa Photography and SLRLounge.com. We're teaming up with Adorama to bring you a new series of photography tutorials called Master Your Craft right here on Adorama TV. So let's dive in. What's up guys? My name is Pi. Welcome to Adorama TV. We're here to show you guys just how to light a reception. So first thing, we might come into a ballroom like this and it's already pretty well lit, and we might think we're just gonna shoot it with kind of the natural ambient light, right? But the deal is, if we kind of shoot with this natural ambient light, I'm gonna go to 1/200 of a second, f1.4 and ISO 800, and I'm on a 50mm Sigma Art lens on the Canon 5D4. Now, if I go ahead and grab this kind of basic shot right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of angle so this centerpiece is right in the middle. Well, I end up with a shot where everything looks okay. The only issue is that nothing is really that bright, right? The colors kind of seem a little bit muddy. Also, when we look at the centerpiece, there's not any light really landing on the centerpiece. So what ends up happening is these bright blinking areas of our frame end up being the brightest spots of the frame, and the centerpiece and details that we have kind of fall more into the background. So I need to add light. Now, the first thing that we might think is let's put on a bounce flash. And I'm not gonna say this is necessarily wrong, but I'm gonna say that there's other ways that might be a little more ideal. If you don't have any other options, you can go ahead and do this. So all I'm doing is grabbing an on-camera flash. Here we're using the ProPhoto A1, and I'm gonna bounce this off of kind of the ceiling and the wall up and towards the left. Okay, and we're gonna just get a little test power. We're gonna go to 7 power and just get a little test shot. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dial this down to 6 power. We're gonna take, actually we'll go down to 5.5. We'll take that shot again. Now this looks okay, and we kind of lift the flowers out of the shot a little bit, but the lighting is not that interesting because when we're bouncing, we're kind of bouncing off of objects that are nearby, right? So instead, the first lighting setup I'm gonna show you is just to grab an off-camera flash and place it sort of on the opposite side of the room. So we're gonna walk to that side. I'm actually gonna put a B10 onto a stand. I'm also gonna go ahead and put on a CTO gel just so we can kind of match the color balance of the room. And what we're gonna aim to do is just kind of pop this off in the corner and fill this entire corner of the room. So what ends up happening back is we get a nice bounce that comes across the entire room, and it's gonna be directional. So we're placing it over there and then walking back to this side to actually shoot our images. Now I don't need my on-camera flash at this point, so just for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna go ahead and take the flash off and just put the remote on so we don't have anybody asking if we were using the on-camera flash. Okay, so I'm still at 1/200 of a second. I'm at f1.4 and ISO 800. I'm gonna go ahead and take the exact same shot, and let's see where our power setting's at with the ProPhoto. All right, so we're just a little bit powerful. I think it's at full power right now. So let's go ahead and back this down by 2 stops. All right. So when we compare this shot to the one that we had previously, we actually have a very nice directional light that's landing right on kind of the entire room. And I would say this, use this technique because it is gonna wash out kind of everything in the room, right? So I would use this technique when you're working in rooms like this, where everything in the room is kind of bright, it's kind of amber toned, it has that kind of peaches and tan kind of vibe, where shooting it bright is gonna look nice and natural. We still shot it in a way where we can see the uplights, but whenever you're using a bounce technique, you are gonna fill the room with wash, okay? So make sure that you're doing it in kind of a setup like this. Let's dive now to technique number 2, which is basically pin lighting, where you're gonna control the light exactly where we want it. So let's do that now. All right, so this go around, let's grab our B10. I'm gonna take this top off, and what we're gonna do is pop a grid on the inside. So I need to make sure that I'm controlling that light spill right now. I'm gonna leave the CTO gel on, and then we're gonna bring this back. Now we're gonna go ahead and bring this over and actually light our centerpiece and table. So usually I like to light at an angle, and I would kind of pick the angle where natural light is kind of already falling. Here it's pretty even on both sides. So I'm just gonna start from this side. The nice thing about reception rooms too, if you have a light that has a built-in modeling light. Oftentimes it's dim enough inside of these rooms to actually just use the modeling light as your primary sort of light source for the scene. Okay, and what we're gonna do is just adjust the temperature to kind of land where this scene is. I'm gonna bring this in just a little bit. So if that modeling light is bright enough, I can just shoot along with it. And again, with the exact same settings now, I'm gonna take this first shot and you're gonna see that with the modeling light at this ISO, we're just a little bit dark, right? So all I'm gonna do is pop the remote on. We're actually gonna use the flash and let's turn the power way down. Let's put it to like 2, if that. I'm actually gonna bring the ISO down a little bit because we're gonna shoot with a little bit more mood in this image. And what we end up getting with this technique is sort of a spotlit effect right on that table where we can kind of leave the room ambiance just a little bit more dark. So what I would say is when you're working in more dramatic kind of lit environments that are set up to be very sort of dark and dim and you want to keep the drama, I would go to the pin lighting approach. When you're working in scenes like this that are kind of already naturally bright, I would lean on the umbrella or the wall approach. So if you don't have a wall to bounce off of, use an umbrella. Place it in the corner of the room, fire on the other side so you have a nice directional light, and you're good to go. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below on what you guys would like to see next, and well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.